Welcome once again to Musings by Damon. Every once in a while, it's nice to take a break from intense isekai stories or the bumbling romance of teenagers and read an adult romance. No, not that type of adult, I mean an office romance. Coworkers find themselves with each other for long periods of time, helping each other out, eventually developing feelings for each other. But let's throw a couple of twists into the mix. What if the series had supernatural or fantasy elements to them? Today, we'll look at two series, one with an official release, and one that is still limited to Japan. The first series asked the question, what if the senpai, the older one, was a girl instead of the guy being the older one? What if she was already in another relationship? And what if she was a witch? Daily Report About My Witch Senpai is a new manga by Maka Mochida, available next Tuesday from 7 Seas Entertainment or digitally on Bookwalker. Our story begins when new office worker Misono is leaving late one cold evening. He glances up and sees his senpai Shizuka also leaving the office on her broom. Mochida expresses concern for his senpai flying home in such cold air, especially since her nose is already running. Mochida is concerned about her. People keep taking advantage of Shizuka's kindness, and this angers him. Mochida isn't sure why his heart beats so fast when he's near her, but he appreciates all the kindness she shows to him. Eventually, he recognizes his feelings. Mochida is in love with Shizuka and is tired of everyone else taking advantage of her. Unfortunately, she's already seeing someone else. So what is he to do? Is he just going to go the incel route and hope she eventually notices he's a nice guy? Or will he let her know? If you want to find out, you'll have to pick up your own copy of Daily Report About My Witch Senpai, available Tuesday. Our other series is a bit of a twist that requires some knowledge of Japanese folklore. A Yuki Onna is a yokai, or spirit. They are almost always depicted as women. In one legend, a woman falls in love with a man and asks to be his wife, but melts away when she gets into the bath. Another story involves an elderly couple letting a young woman into their house, and when she tries to leave in the middle of a blizzard, the old man stops her. She then turns into a puff of snow and disappears up the chimney. Some other stories involve a child and a woman in a blizzard asking a passing traveler to hug them for warmth. Eventually, the traveler freezes to death. Yuki Onna are often depicted as kuderes. They play it cool and never panic, even in the most stressful or intense situations. Modern interpretations of Yuki Onna have appeared in numerous anime. Mizori Shirayuki from Rosario Vampire is one example. In Yu Yu Hakusho, Hiei's mother is a Yuki Onna. One of the demigirls in Interviews with Monster Girls, Yuki Kusakabe, is also a snow woman. The thing all Yuki Onna have in common is that in every legend and every modern anime showing them, they're women. Which was a nice twist in the manga Ice Guy and the Cool Female Colleague by Tonagaya Miyuki. In this supernatural office romance, the main character, Himuru, is a male descendant of Yuki Onna. And like his snow women ancestors, Himuru has ice powers. The warmer his heart becomes, colder his surroundings get. And he finds himself falling in love with Fuyutsuki, his cool-faced, reserved colleague. Himuru isn't the only person at the office with strange powers. In fact, his office is full of people with supernatural ancestry. Later on in the series, we meet a phoenix who is an expert at resurrecting dying projects. He turns to ash when he gets depressed, but bounces back in a burst of flames and fireworks when he gets encouraged. There's also a cat girl who is flirtatious, a bit tsundere, and adorably scared of thunder. But the main focus of the story is the blossoming romance between Fuyutsuki and Himuro. Unfortunately, this series hasn't been translated into English officially, so you'll have to find it online if you want to read it. But both of these series are adorable and worth reading. Even though the situations are supernatural in nature, like when Shizuka races the train on her broom in order to bring Misono his missing paperwork, the characters are all grounded in reality. They have real concerns. As I stated earlier, Misono is angry that people are taking advantage of Shizuka, but instead of complaining about it, he just rolls up his sleeves and helps her out. Misono tries to wave it off, saying she's happy to help people. Magic has always been a part of her life and everyone around her felt it was unfair. They thought she should contribute more because of her gifts. Misono gets angry at this and yells, "They're taking advantage of you." Just because she has magic doesn't mean she should have to do the work of multiple people. Though he enjoys staying late at the office with her, he's angry that everyone is forcing their work onto her all the time. We also get to see some of the slow relationship building in Ice Guy and the Cool Female Colleague. Fuyutsuki finds out that Himuro was asked not to come to the company vacation in Okinawa, Everyone was worried that he'd get so excited being at the beach that he'd cause a snowstorm. Fuyutsuki makes him a beach drum, a handmade drum that imitates the sound of the crashing waves. She wants him to get used to the sound of the crashing waves so he can come next year. After all, going to Okinawa without him would be lonely. These series hold a special place in my heart. After all, I first met my wife at a work meeting. One of the reasons we decided to get married was because of how well we work together. And seeing these office romances blossom reminds me of how I first fell in love with her all those years ago. I encourage everyone wanting a heartwarming office romance with a bit of magic to pick them up. If you know of other supernatural office romances, please leave a suggestion below. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all again next time.